Welcome everyone to the Everything Show at episode 160. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212. I'm with Brian. What's up, Brian?
Hello.
What's up, Mr. Marvel?
Greetings, Matrix Lord!
What's up, Mike?
What's up, dudes?
What's up, Beefhead?
Hi.
And Tim.
What's up?
Okay, so I'm going to read this article. Massive WB superhero cinematic plans revealed. So this is DC Comics' set guidelines on what exactly is going to happen. Okay. So what they state is that after Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, which will be released on May 6th, 2016, they said a Shazam film
Captain Marvel!
There you go, is coming out July 2016. Also, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's Sandman is going to come out December 2016. The Justice League movie may be in 2017. Standalone Wonder Woman will be following that in July 2017. And then Flash and Green Lantern are going to have a team-up movie for Christmas of 2017. The big reveal is that Batman vs. Superman is not Man of Steel 2, because Man of Steel 2 is planned on May of 2018. So that is the big reveal, that this is not Man of Steel 2.
So they're trying to go with the Marvel schedule.
Right. Now the report also says that in Dawn, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg will be in it, along with the new Flash and Green Lantern. Also, Aquaman will debut in Justice League. And what else do we have? But that's it. That's the massive news, that Batman vs. Superman is not Man of Steel 2. It's a separate entity, and that Man of Steel 2 is still coming. What do you have to say, Mr. Marvel?
I don't care! It's not Marvel.
There you go. That's the best answer I ever heard.
We already know that. I mean, we
Yes.
talked about that not being Man of Steel 2, but Superman vs. Batman being a prelude to a Justice League of America movie.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Mr. Brian, man of so many words, what do you have to say?
Hello. Okay.
More than 2 sentences, please.
Okay. Well, this is pretty interesting. I think that I still think it's gonna be very bad, in my opinion. But but to be clear on this, it's gonna be like a sort of like a prequel to Man of Steel 2, or start up
it's going to be a prequel to Justice League, I guess.
Okay.
So.
And following of that, that start up, I guess that will start up their own Batman franchise.
Yeah, Batman's not in the cards till after 2018. So, Batman's taking a break. So, Mike, what do you have to say?
Well, yeah, I mean, as it goes for the Superman versus Batman movie, I'm curious, you know. It's hard to say because
we stuck in Phantom Zone.
We haven't seen anything really from it yet, you know, man. I'm curious,
right.
You know, I mean, I hope they got a good story for all the, you know, I hope to see a good Justice League movie. I really do. A good Wonder Woman movie. Too. I mean, shit, a good Aquaman.
I'll jump on anyway.
Movie,
so,
you know?
right, when we talk, so we're talking Man of Steel 2 when?
2018. May.
I mean,
2018. So
yes.
How, you know, Jesus, how long a big gap are you going to leave that? To be honest with you, you know, you want to. I know you're talking about striking when the iron's hot, but you know, is there really going to be the appetite for another Superman film?
It may not make
talking, what,
3 movies
5
because
years down the
how
line?
long is it going to be? Yeah, that's. I don't know.
2018, there'll be flying cars, and we'll all be in old folks' homes by then.
Wow,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then you've got what's it? Yeah.
Flash and Green Lantern
they're not going to touch. They're not going to touch. They're not going to touch. They're not going to touch Batman again until 2018. By which time Ben Affleck, you're not going to get him doing that.
Well, they're not even going to do it in 2018.
It'll be
2019 at the earliest.
I'd like the Captain Marvel movie.
Yes.
I like the color scheme.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. The movie could do good, but I don't know. I still have my doubts about it.
Well, the thing is that Marvel Phase 3 will be taken into effect. Avengers Infinity War, all that stuff's going to happen in 2017, I believe, 2018. So they're going to interfere with each other. There's going to be a big collision, so to speak. Because at the same time, a Marvel movie comes out, a DC movie will be right there. So stuff is really going to hit the fan, basically.
Not really. If you ask me, DC needs to buy a vowel.
Yeah, I agree. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's going on?
Did you hear the DC plans for the movies?
I've been doing stuff for school all day, so I haven't heard anything really.
I'm gonna give you a rundown again. Let me just see. Hold on. I just lost the article. Hold on a second. Well, basically, to just sum up, Batman vs Superman is not Man of Steel 2.
Oh yeah.
That's coming out May of 2018. Okay.
Okay.
And the plan is that there's not even a Batman movie till around 2019, the earliest.
Oh, that's good. I don't think they need to do Batman solo for a while.
Yeah, Batman, after Batman vs. Superman, there's going to be Shazam, there's going to be Sandman in 2016, the same year. In 2017, it's going to be Justice League, then Wonder Woman, and then a Flash and Green Lantern in the Christmas of 2017, and then Man of Steel sequel in 2018 of May.
So wait, they're doing a Flash and a Green Lantern movie
combined, like a Flash versus Green Lantern, like they did with Batman versus
Brave and the Bold.
Yeah. So terrific.
I think we need a Mr. Marvel movie.
I think so. The massive news tonight, though, is that Harrison Ford was injured on the set of Star Wars Episode 7.
Oh yeah, I saw that this morning.
Really scary stuff. Now, he was taken to a London hospital. He suffered a bad ankle injury. So he's out of commission while he heals. There may even be fractured. We don't know. But
I heard like one of the doors from the Millennium Falcon or something fell on him.
Something fell. Yeah,
that's pretty much it. Yeah, it was a door, I've heard.
So, I mean, we don't know how big his role was anyway. But that would take a long time to heal, wouldn't it? Like a fracture.
Yeah.
Well, they could strap him up. To be honest with you, it's just a fracture. They'll strap it up, and yeah.
Right.
How much at his age? How much running is he really going to do anyway?
The question, he's going to be like, you know what? I'm out of here. You guys run professional.
He'll just pull an Indiana Jones, and someone comes up to him, and he'll just pull the blaster and shoot him.
Well, that would question the Indiana Jones, because then wouldn't people do that either if it's like
Well, the other thing as well is that he met up. Was it weekend just gone with Ridley Scott in a restaurant in the UK?
Oh yeah, he's supposed to do Blade Runner 2, right?
Well, they met up in a restaurant, and I think they've buried the hatchet type thing as well, because they had a little bit of a falling out off the back of it. Yeah, it was always a very troubled production, and they've buried the hatchet, and I think they're both on board for doing Blade Runner 2. So yeah, they've let bygones.
He's eventually smart. I know that. So
yeah.
The only question is like, what other movies is he going to do? Because Indiana Jones supposedly he was going to be in it too.
Well, let's face it, even stars are human, and there reaches a point when you become too old to be an action hero. Yeah. Even Bob Hope knows when to hang up the Road to movies.
Right.
Wow.
Michael, are you eating a Twinkie?
Yeah, I have a cake here, man. Pretty good.
That's awesome.
They look pretty. Tastes good.
Mr. Marvel, while you're in here, I want to ask you a question.
Very
With
well.
all this nonsense about original sin from Marvel Comics, did you ever in your wildest dreams think that Thor had a sister this whole time?
No, Thor had no sister. Retconning is for lackluster fans become writers. You can't suddenly say, oh, he had a sister who is existing in another comic book universe all these years. No, no, no. Bad writing, my friend Matrix Lord. And as a writer yourself, a professional writer, I might point out, by Matrix Lord Books, you will agree this is not good writing for a character that has been around for more than 50 years.
It's kind of disrespectful, yes.
Yes.
I agree. Yeah.
Look, even in disgust, Beefhead has left over the fact that Thor has a sister.
He did.
It's just, and what they're doing with the X-Men now too. I mean, supposedly now the Beast is going to go into the future, and we get to see another thing they're going to do is another timeline. Like they had 2099, there's going to be another new universe that they're going to show, that they're going to try to catapult and promote. And I'm wondering if this 2061 year for the Spider-Man comic, if they're going to start doing stuff in that timeline.
First of all, I want to point something out, because I watched that episode. I was locked out of it, unfortunately, thanks to Google.
Yeah, Google's terrible.
Spider-Man premiered in 1962, not 1961.
So why are they making it like it's 100? Like 100 years after.
They don't even know their own history. The Fantastic Four appeared in 1961, not Spider-Man.
That's ridiculous.
It is. I think the whole thing is silly. You know, Marvel has a rich and flourishing history. There are many stories that they can do. There are many movies they could make based on classic stories that would be tremendous box office smashes, and yet they don't do it. It's a very sad state of affairs.
Our worst fear, too, that I said, watch them bring Gwen Stacy back, and they are. They're bringing her back in another timeline as Spider-Woman.
Well, why not just reboot Marvel back to Atlas and let's do monster stories? I mean, they're getting ridiculous.
It's like they forget who they kill off. Then they have the characters that they killed off in the books, and they don't explain it for like 10 years. It's like, what is happening here? Like, what?
It's exactly what we talked about earlier, Matrix. It's the "wouldn't that be cool" mentality, and you know, it's really not cool.
Well, it's not. I don't think Cyclops killing Professor X is cool. In fact, I wouldn't even ever want to see it. I don't want to see Magneto dressed in white because that's dumb. I saw his new costume. It's terrible.
Exactly. He's
Wait, Magneto's in white now?
not Mr. Rourke from Fantasy Island.
First of all, the fact that the Phoenix Force could be split into 5 individuals and name one a Summoner be a part of the Phoenix power, that's absurd too. So, I don't even, and Cyclops was part of the Phoenix Force. That's just dumb too.
It's ridiculous.
And Logan, the headmaster.
You remember back in the early 80s when they did that Teen Titans meets the X-Men one-shot? And there was a scene in there where Cyclops was possessed by the Phoenix Force? That's where they got that from. It's ridiculous.
I remember seeing the Fantastic Four Superman team up, and they tried to say that Galactus ate Krypton. And Superman gave Franklin Richards his cape. And I was like, what?
Yes.
Any problems.
Masquerading as professional comic writing. That's all that it is. And the same is true of the movies. They don't care. Whatever they think will fill the box office seats.
I remember
they're just trying to appeal to a different audience is what they're doing. Really, they want it. They don't care what older fans of comics think anymore. They're just trying to hit up the teen crowd. They want to see these kind of movies.
But see, that's not exactly the case, Tim. You try to argue in favor, but I can counter that because the general audience doesn't know the comic stories to begin with. What it is creative bankruptcy. They've run out of ideas, so they've gone into the wouldn't it be cool field, especially in comic books, because most of the box office people aren't going to read them anyway. They've run out of ideas. They're not as good as the professionals who have long since retired, So they sit around in their little chat sessions going, wouldn't it be cool if such
Wouldn't it be cool if the Hulk was red? And it's like, it's Thunderbolt Ross, another Hulk.
I'm sure that's all from Kenneth Johnson saying he wanted to make the TV Hulk red. And some idiot is sitting at home going, oh, that would be cool, let's do it in the comics.
And now Tony Stark is adopted. And
What?
the real Stark is an half-breed alien, which
Good.
they're trying to tie that in with the Iron Man 2020. They're trying to say that that's what Iron Man 2020 is from, that the real Stark was Aaron Stark of 2020
Yeah.
or something like that.
The villain. Yeah,
That's nonsense, Joe.
Tony Stark was a spitting image of Howard Stark,
Exactly.
who was based on Howard Hughes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wonder where they get these ideas from, and who recommends them as like a good idea. Why doesn't someone like? There's got to be somebody sitting in the boardroom thinking this is a really bad idea. Let's not do this.
In the
It's
boardroom,
not that way.
They care about itself. They don't care about story plots or whether it fits in with the history.
Right. Now
Apparently not.
the big storyline they're interested in is getting the X-Men Avengers together again and just making it like post-apocalyptic, depression. Like a storyline is just, are you kidding me? Like I guess Thor loses his hammer or something. All these stupid things. I'm hearing these rumors. It's like, I can't take it. That stuff's not interesting to me. It's not interesting when, like, okay, Spider-Man comic, for instance. Stan Lee always said that the stuff that was put in the books, you could say, okay, it's believable, whatever. And then after a while, the comic book became a comic book. Time travel and deals with the devil, and it made no sense. It became like X-Men.
By the way, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but did you ever figure out who had the time gem?
No.
Way back when?
Nobody answered me. I said word. I'm trying to figure out who had the time gem now. And I think Mephisto, because I think that's how he altered the timeline. He never had that power before. So, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Because I brought it up to one of my friends, and he said, he never thought of it that way. Because we were having a discussion about how we think the Infinity Gauntlet is going to be introduced in like Age of Ultron, and we were saying that like we don't necessarily think it's going to be like the one from the comic. It's probably going to look a bit different.
Well, supposedly all the gems were destroyed at the time gem, but if you have the time gem, you can go back in time to do it before they were destroyed, and then you can have the Infinity Gauntlet again.
Yeah.
That's all you really use, the time gem. So, but then it was sent to the Ultraverse, if you remember, all the gems, and then it came back out, and then there was another gem in the Ultraverse that was connected with that. That was another time. That was another universe that Marvel bought because they thought it was getting too big. Ultraverse. That was funny. I don't know. When you don't recognize your own characters, like your favorite character, something. If I can't pick up the comic and just understand what's going on like that, who would have thought that Scorpion became Venom? That's dumb. Why isn't he a Scorpion? Why are people different characters all of a sudden?
I don't know, but I do have some good news, Major Lord. I do have good news for Marvel.
What's up?
I have found Thor's hammer and will be returning it via Federal Express. Storyline averted.
Nice.
Mr. Marvel truly is worthy.
Well, Daniel should be happy to know that Netflix is really trying to start up a Star Trek TV series. And
I could have told you that.
No, not Enterprise.
No, I know.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to happen.
What do you think it's going to be? I mean,
It's going to be a new ship, new Enterprise ship.
I don't know. Netflix is getting pretty big with original. They got the Clone Wars now. In a couple of months, they got the best Canadian show ever, Trailer Park Boys. They got 2 more seasons of that. So they've been picking up some shows. It might be a possibility. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. Would love some new, some new Star Trek.
Didn't they do a horror show, Mike? That was like
Hemlock Grove. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah,
that's coming back for a second season, right? What's that?
I don't know if it is, but it was pretty cool. But yeah, they started doing that. You never know, man. I wouldn't be against it.
It is coming back for a second season. Hemlock Grove.
I heard Hemlock Grove was like bad, really bad.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool.
I have to watch it.
Well, the point is that they're making their own programming, which is pretty cool. I mean, they have their own shows that they're funding and putting out there.
Again, that show, if you've never seen, it's like Penny Dreadful, like a spin on.
That I just finally saw this episode. Was it 5?
Yeah.
Was it 5? Oh my God, that was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that was like the best episode so far.
Way better than the previous Sungay.
It was like a totally different series when I saw it, and I'm like, and then it fits like a puzzle piece, and it's like.
It seems it gets better with each episode. Like it's getting there,
But it's only 8 episodes this season, correct?
Yeah, we got 3 left.
Next
season is gonna be 10. Yeah.
But that's what I said, Joe. I thought that was like the best one so far out of the season.
Now, Mr. Marvel.
Have you ever seen a Canadian show called Hanging In?
No.
That, my friend, is the best Canadian show ever.
Oh, okay. Hanging In.
Check it out.
Is it like the Trailer Park Boys at all?
If you like Family Ties, you'll love Hanging In.
Oh, okay.
What do you, Mr. Marvel? What do you think of War Machine or Iron Patriot or whatever new title they're giving him?
Too many trips to the well.
Now that was one of the things I hated about Iron Man 3, that they changed War Machine to Iron Patriot. Iron Patriot is supposed to be Norman Osborn, I was told.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is, yeah. Dark Avengers,
with Norman Osborn.
Well, Iron Patriot's coming back in Avengers 2.
Oh, for God's sake.
Apparently he's not even going to be in it that long.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Supposedly.
What happened to War Machine?
Well, there should only be one Iron Man. We don't need Cobalt Man. We don't need the Guardsman. We don't need all these other armored heroes. That takes away from Iron Man, the original.
Right.
Yeah, it does.
I thought Iron Man 3 was really bad. I may be alone on that, but I watched out of that theater that night, and I was like, what did we just see?
I liked Iron Man 3. I thought it was just as good as the first one, but that was like one of the things that bugged me about that film, that they changed War Machine to Iron Patriot.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
One of the current storylines with Marvel is they're saying that Tony Stark was responsible for the Gamma Bomb. So now this question is going to go to Mr. Marvel, because isn't that a bunch of baloney? Yeah.
Responsible for what? I lost your audio.
Creating the Gamma Bomb.
The Gamma Bomb? No. Stark had nothing to do with Gamma Bombs. He was an electronics engineer. My God, Marvel, go back and read the Marvel Masterworks. Read your omnibuses. They're beautiful. Learn your own history. Don't make stuff up half-meal. Shannon is boycotting you because of this.
I love it how they try to make Iron Man look like a villain from back in the day, and you never knew it. It's like, come on, really?
Ridiculous.
Iron Man's not a villain; he's a hero.
Well, if you read a couple years ago, he turned bad and tried to kill everybody, and then he died, and then he never explained any of that. He just was there and okay. It's like, I don't know.
Maybe he's just misunderstood.
No.
Also, in Civil War, he turned on every hero.
Stark's an anti-hero. He's a hero. It's just like Matrix Lord. Do you remember that storyline in the Avengers they did in the 90s where they went back and got teenage Tony Stark and brought him into the future to be Iron Man? It's the same ridiculous nonsense that both Matrix Lord and I were laughing at 20 years ago.
Because he was dead, and they wanted to have him still alive, and then they found out that Franklin Richards altered where he never died in the first place. So, because he's so powerful. So, that's crazy.
It's like Iron Boy, The Adventures of Iron Man when he was a boy.
Iron Lad, yeah.
They turned Tony Stark and Mantis evil, which was crazy. Where is Mantis now? I haven't heard or seen anything.
Last I heard, she was a Celeste Madonna.
Yeah, I know.
And she's better off there in the Marvel Universe of today, I tell you.
Yeah, it's kind of unrecognizable. Kind of.
Brian! What do you think of Daniel, what do you think of Iron Man?
I like it. I didn't see Iron Man 3, though. I saw 1 and 2.
I see.
I like Iron Man.
You don't think that Stan Lee was the worst thing that happened to Iron Man, do you?
No.
Good man.
Oh, Stan Lee's the best thing that happened.
Exactly, my friends. Matrix Lord knows.
That's crazy. What do you think, Mr. Marvel, about the fact that someone else was bitten by the same spider that bit Peter Parker?
But I know that for a fact to be wrong, because it says in Amazing Fantasy number 15 that after the spider bit Peter, it died.
Correct. Well, according to Original Sin, one of the things to watch or saw before he was killed was the fact that one of the secrets that he kept was that someone else was bitten by the spider, which we're going to find out. The woman named Silk.
Original Sin, from the publishers of the National Enquirer.
Yeah.
And the Weekly World News.
All the news that's fit to be made up.
It's true. Let me see if I can get this. I might show a picture of her. Right, Ken?
Oh, Han Solo. Harrison Ford while filming Episode 7.
Yeah, we said that
I
already.
want to throw that out there.
Yeah, you hit Solo.
We said that already. Alright,
Oh, yeah?
Here she is.
Yeah, the door hit him on his way out.
This is Silk.
Who's that?
Okay. That's the same girl that was bitten by a same radioactive spider as Peter Parker.
Wait a minute. Isn't that the same costume as some 90s X-Men villain?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen the Amazing Spider-Girl. Let's move on.
It's pretty crappy, actually. That's bad.
It's like a mummy.
It's so stupid.
Are you my mommy?
It's like, where do they get these things from? Like, can't they have any original ideas?
Apparently not. Stanley apparently got a copyright on it because no one else seems to be coming up with any. You know, the last really good Marvel character that was created originally was a man called Nova.
Yeah. And then they killed off Nova in the comics, too.
Who hasn't died in a Marvel comic, though?
Well, yeah, everybody has. Even Aunt May died and came back, too. So, let me screen share this, too. We talked about this many times, but let's just show it.
Squirrel Girl hasn't died yet.
There's to her sister, Angela. Again. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Is that an ad for a Wonder Bra?
Why does she look like she's insane?
She's kind of pissed that Odin threw her into Spawn's universe, I guess.
Oh, okay, that would piss me off too.
She puts the
Maybe
classes
she-
together
maybe
and
she-
she's it's an uplift.
Maybe she actually gets Thor's hammer. Maybe that's another sin. Original sin.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah.
Nice.
I heard the Hulk has a huge role.
I'm worthy.
One of these days, we're going to have to take a trip to the comic book store and really see what else nonsense is going on. Ghost Driver.
Ghost Driver.
What?
The chauffeur of the undead.
Ghost.
Let me get a picture of that.
Wait, what? Ghost Driver?
Yeah, Ghost Rider in a car, basically.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it's a shame.
That's stupid. It's supposed to be on a motorcycle.
And you won't go south of the river at certain times of the night, so Eve will be.
Or even a horse.
Yes, the original Ghost Rider wanted a horse.
That'd be cool if they brought that kind of Ghost Rider back. But a car, that's goofy.
Have an easier time if he was riding like a tricycle or something.
What does he do in an emergency? Half of New York says no parking after 6 p.m. Is that Ghost Rider or is that the Green Hornet? That looks like Black Beauty.
Yeah, it looks like Speed Racer too.
If he gets a flat, he calls Ghost AAA.
And he has swords. Okay.
From that picture, it looks like more like a snowmobile.
I don't know.
Oh my God!
So I guess that's not Johnny Blaze or Danny Ketch.
It's
totally
Robert Reyes, or whatever his name. I don't know. That gets me sick to my stomach.
I think it's the ghost of Reverend Jim from Taxi.
This is the guy. That's the new Ghost Rider.
I don't like it.
Wow.
But he's obviously been to Rogue's hairdresser.
It looks weird.
Pretty, like, I don't like the first issue, so
It sounds like Ghost Rider's been declining.
yeah, that's done.
Years.
That'll be canceled next year.
From that last picture, it looks like the car from Knight Rider.
I'll have 5 gallons of Hellfire, please.
What a supernatural car.
It's crazy. I mean, how many times?
You got any positive news?
Yeah.
I found Thor's hammer.
What would you guys think of it? We got the trailer for the new Dumb and Dumber.
I like it a lot.
It looked pretty funny, man. Looked like they're doing good with that.
I can't wait for that to come out.
Dumb and Dumber, is that the story of the Marvel staff?
Pretty much.
I'm gonna see it when it first comes out.
Dumb and Dumber looks good.
Just make a Black Panther side plan. I don't know. That would have worked as well.
Oh, I like that Sin City 2 trailer. That was
Sin City, yeah.
Sin
Second
City
trailer, yeah.
Hmm?
That's gonna be a hot movie.
That's clear.
yeah. I like all the putting the color on the black and white. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a neat looking movie. It is. Even the first one.
Yeah.
There's some stand-ins for.
Who's watching TV? Because we can't have TV on.
So it's just sort of.
Daniel.
I can't get a. I don't want to get the. We'll get kicked off if we have any broadcasts from that on here.
Especially Canadian broadcasts.
Yeah, no, Daniel, sorry. We can't have that, dude.
No, I wasn't watching TV. I was a pop-up.
No, but like we're hearing it. We can't have it on
I wasn't watching TV, man.
Dude, whatever you're doing.
I wasn't watching TV. A pop-up.
Doesn't matter, Dan.
Whatever you're doing,
Daniel,
you're
were
hearing
you
it.
watching TV?
We'll get kicked out.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't my thing. It was a pop-up.
All right, dude.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put it by wherever this like YouTube or wherever this gets
Yeah,
uploaded.
they'll strike the video down 2 minutes.
So wait, is it the Everything Show?
Yes, it's the Everything Show. That's why we're talking about everybody.
Don't tell me you don't know what all the fuss is about.
Well, is anybody excited about anything coming out of E3? I mean, that's pretty big this week.
Oh yeah, there's this new Dragon Ball Z game called Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse. That's gonna be good.
Zelda.
But Brian doesn't want to see it.
Mario Maker.
Mario Maker, that looks hot.
Tomb
Splatoon,
Raider,
whatever it is.
Smash
with
Bros.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I've always been a fan of the Tomb Raider games.
Yeah, they both of them look good.
And to be honest with the new one, man, it's just like it's dealing with repercussions from the first one. So,
That's cool.
The last one. So,
Okay.
darker stint on that one, man.
That new Mortal Kombat looks sick as hell.
That does.
Oh yeah.
Right.
A sequel to Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah,
10.
Mortal Kombat 10.
10,
Yeah.
Isn't that
Looks
suck how they went back in time, man? I wanted a sequel to Armageddon, man. I wanted a sequel to Armageddon. I didn't want to go back in time. Like,
That's like a
Don't really play for the
contradiction
storyline.
times.
I don't play for the storyline, but you know, some of these newer characters look pretty cool, pretty original ideas.
Do they have any special characters in it?
I don't know yet. They didn't show a whole list yet, but they got that little, like a little girl on the back of this giant thing. That looked pretty neat looking. I don't know what she is.
Battlefront also looks great. Star Wars Battlefront.
Battlefront, which we really didn't get any really good glimpse of yet, is going to be freaking awesome because they're going to the original Star Wars sets where they filmed the original 3 films just to get the background like perfect. You know, so this ain't gonna come out till like probably over a year from now. But dude, that's gonna be a really cool game.
Was just one more day of E3, right? Or is it done?
I don't know. I think there's tomorrow. I think.
Right. We didn't know Resident Evil 7, huh?
Yeah, you're not gonna hear about that for a while. They're having issues with that.
Yeah. Same with Arkham Knight. That's been put back till next year.
Yeah.
Wow.
It still looks good. I mean, for what they've shown of the Batman, looks pretty good.
Nintendo is not showing enough stuff. They're like very few stuff. There's not enough stuff to carry the system.
They're still releasing stuff today because I think like 5 minutes before I came on here, they just released stuff about Omega and Alpha.
Well, they've been pumping stuff out more than ever. I mean, you know, this week, I mean, because, my Wii has been collecting dust for months. But dude, looking at that Zelda game, Jesus Christ, dude, I know that's another year or whatever, but still, that looks cool. Got Super Smash Brothers, that looks kind of fun.
Right.
There was a Best Buy about an hour from my house that actually had it on, like you could play it if you went up there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I didn't get to make it up there, but one of my friends got up there and he started playing his little Mac, and he said he was a really good character.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that looks good. They showed a board where like a Pong game's going on in the background. Like you can kind of play the Pong game as you're fighting at the same time. That's pretty cool. Pac-Man's in it, so they're bringing Pac-Man back.
Right.
So for the first time, you get Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man, 3, legends from, game systems of the past, Now they can all fight, so that's cool.
You gotta go to sleep, Brian.
The Wii Fit trainer, I don't get that. That's
guys, I'm gonna be heading off and going to bed, so I'll see you guys some other time. Night, guys.
Good night. Farewell.
Night.
Bye, Brian.
They put out a Leprechaun trailer, but still we did not get to see what the Leprechaun looks like yet. It kind of sucks.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie. It's a reboot of it. Yeah.
I think that's like Hornswoggle from WWE.
Yeah, it is, but they haven't shown him in costume yet.
But we
I'm curious what he
leprechauns look like.
Well, it'll be an evil Leprechaun. I'm hoping he looks pretty cool. That's what I'm hoping for.
I think he looks like Graham McLaughlin.
That would be pretty cool. A little mini Graham McLaughlin.
Exactly.
I'm on Bloody Disgusting, and they're talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D.
What are they saying about that?
Well, they were saying, why isn't there another sequel?
Mm-hmm.
And before they said that there wasn't any news. Now it says the film is in development.
All right.
So another Texas Chainsaw Massacre is in development as we speak.
It's Friday the 13th now, or getting into that. Are we going to get some sort of announcement?
Friday 13th is coming out. It's been delayed 8 months. It's going to be, I think, the next Friday the 13th in 2015. I think it's, what is it, like December, or is it October, November? I don't know, but it's going to be delayed. Yeah.
Sucks.
I feel bad for any movies coming out in December of next year with Star Wars coming out. Because that's going to destroy everything, even if it's bad.
It's true.
And then I'm hearing rumblings they're trying to get a remake of, well, what is it, the 9th remake of The Blob? How many remakes would The Blob have?
There hasn't been a remake since I think 1988 was the last one.
Yeah.
Well, there was like how many blobs? There was like 4 blobs.
The Blob. I don't know exactly. I know there was the Son of the Blob was one of them. A couple. I'm not sure how many. But I know the last one was 88. But yeah, why not a new Blob? It's been a while.
Yeah.
It'll always be Fred Dukes, Mr. Marvel will tell you.
And also, we have WWE's doing a Leprechaun movie, but the
movie.
real Leprechaun is going to return as Leprechaun, but a vampire Leprechaun. We talked about that before, too.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So, that's weird.
But yeah. But what, do we got a release on the new Phantasm movie yet, or is it still...
let me see. I don't know if we have that.
That one, I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah.
Any of you guys going to go open night to see the Star Wars movie when it comes out?
Oh God, yeah, I'll have to. I'll have to. You can't know.
It's been many years since I did anything like that. I think I did that when Tim Burton's first Batman movie came out.
Amen.
And I think it's time. I think I will do it with this Star Wars movie. I think I will go open tonight. I'll get all the kids, man. I think we might camp out.
Will it be at the drive-in though?
That would be awesome. That would make it a lot easier, man. Because you can camp out in the car. How cool would that be?
Oh, BYO. Just you know what? Bring a barbecue pit.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Shit.
Yeah.
I guess out of all the I'm most excited to see the Star Wars movie because I really have my fingers crossed that it's going to really be good.
I think it's going to be good.
You know?
We'll see.
I hope.
All right. Tomorrow I'm going to be off, so we can do podcasts if anybody's available. Not too early, but like the afternoon, morning a little bit. We can get caught up with some things if anybody's interested.
Matrix Lord, as you know, I am a millionaire industrialist, which means I am available at all times for podcasts. And I have a question for Matrix Lord. At the risk of offending Carol Ann Swan, another member of this panel not present, Matrix Lord, has there been any news on Ant-Man?
No. Not really.
Damn.
People are actually trying to get them to cancel it altogether, but they can't.
They must not cancel Ant-Man. My God, man, he's been waiting 50 years for a shot.
And,
Roger Corman says he won't direct.
There is going to be the Incredible Shrinking Man the same year that comes out. Movie.
I don't care about that. I have a thing for the Wasp. I want to see Janet
Van Dyne.
Yeah.
Janet Van Dyne, whatever. I want to see that lady shrink on my big screen.
Yeah.
Probably. Yes, the news is no Ant-Man news right at the moment. But
I have a recommendation for Hollywood. Janet Van Dyne, Nicola Bryant. Think about it.
Yeah.
She's got the right haircut, by God.
Yes, he does.
even Michael Douglas is not happy with Ant-Man right now, so what are you going to do? Oh, Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg.
Show back in the 70s. Wonderful interview show, Mike Douglas.
Simon Pegg, who told everybody to F himself, if you remember, may be in Star Wars after all. May have a role in Star Wars after all, so he said he would never do it, but he may do it. So, he may probably be somebody from the Empire or something.
I mean, well, actors are next to lawyers, really, in the scheme of things.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
All right, guys, so that's going to be it for tonight. But stay tuned tomorrow, because we probably got a lot of podcasts tomorrow.
Actually, come back tomorrow. Don't stay up all night for staying tuned waiting for it. It's a long wait.
Yes. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye for now.